So just be aware of that. So now we offered $150,000 for this facility. And I told the owner, essentially my idea was, I want to pay $150,000. That's $50,000 for each of you. This is your Christmas present from me, is what it is. Right. And that's what I said. I was like, it's a Christmas, just think of it as your Christmas present from me. And so they, they all kind of looked at each other, and then like looked at me and they said, okay, that's fine. Let's do $150,000. So, they were probably open to whatever amount of money, but like, it's a win-win situation for all of us. Like, so I'm not going to be greedy, I could have maybe got it cheaper, but the truth is like, I'm going to make a lot of money on this deal, and giving them some money is okay with me, and actually making the lender happy is okay with me too. So essentially we got this facility for $150,000. My lender actually gave us $160,000. So I asked my lender for 160. I said, can you give me 160 so I can have 10 grand to like get this thing up and running and stuff? He's like, yeah, that's fine. So I borrowed $160,000. I got the facility for 150. It's 45 when we got it up and running. And I'll kind of show you a little bit about that now. We're going to make like we were guesstimating 4,500. Now the price is at almost $80 to $100, depending on where we're at, how full we are and stuff. But it's typically each 10 by, we only sell 10 by 10 units. We don't make them into 20 by 10s or anything like that. It's just like, that's it. You got 10 by 10. If you want it, take it. The minimum is $80 up to $100, depending on how many units we have left, right? Because dynamic pricing is basically when at, let's say 80% full, the price is $80, and at 90% full, the price is $90, and at 92, like 98% full or 96% full, when you only have 1 or 2 units and you charge like a lot, right? And this is that's called dynamic pricing, and that's basically how our pricing is. Okay, and then sometimes if we don't have it full, right? So we just raised the rents. Like we literally went from like 60 to 80, and then and like some of them are even higher than that now. We just raised the rent. So we did have some people like leave or whatever. So we have a little bit of vacancy right now, but not too bad. I mean, we've been making $4,500 a month for the last. No, it took us. I'll show you the numbers. Actually, let me just show that to you because I pulled those up so y'all could see that. How long it takes to really stabilize a property like that. That's the question. All right. So what I was going to show y'all is this is actually StorageNerds. And inside StorageNerds, they have the report section. It's right here on the left, right? And then they have like all these like finding, they have like, occupancy reports, like ridiculous amount of reports. And they have financials, merchandise, insurance, management, all kinds of stuff. Okay. So I'm just getting the financial annual revenue and occupancy is what I clicked. And then you just generate the report. And this is the report that came up for ball ground. And this is up through like September. Okay. So as you can see, we closed on this in January of 2020 and we made no money. And then we started contacting people and saying, hey, like you owe us some money, right? And then over the course, we started getting this thing filled up, as you can see, like started getting it leased up and making more and more money. So in the first year, we made $26,000, right? That's from $0 to $26,000 and just like working to get this thing filled up, right? And then in 2021, it kind of gets more and more 35, 38. So it took us a good, like to get to 4,000 to 4,500, it took us a year, a little bit over a year and a half to get this thing leased up. Okay. And then we basically were at $60 a square foot, slowly raising the rents. And this is where you see June right here is where we raised the rents to $80. And then a lot of people stayed, and then all of a sudden it drops off. And people are like, what? I'm getting charged. What? I'm out of here. You know what I'm saying? $80 to $90. Or I don't know. Actually, let's see if it's on. I'm not sure if it's on miscellaneous. We could check the the website and see. So you can just go to misslillians.com, and then we could click on Georgia and then click on mall ground. And yeah. And then what else? Let's see. Oh yeah, get pricing. So get pricing means, let's see, let's get pricing, 10 by 10s. Okay, oh, so we do have a couple. Oh yeah, see, this is what I was talking about. So we do have, he did change a couple into 10 by 20s then. Get pricing. See how it says front and back? And then right here is like just regular, like you don't have front and back doors. So he charges more for that is what he does. Okay, here it is now. Okay, so this is where we're at right now. 10 by 10 is $100. Okay, I didn't know we were this high. And a 10 by 20 is $220. Look how crazy our prices went up. And we were only calculating, so this is, we were only calculating $60 when we bought the thing. Okay, so now we're like ridiculous prices here. And trying to get leased up. And we say, what are we at? Yeah, here, right? So we started charging and then people left. And now we're having to get at least back up because people don't want to pay like now. I think the 10 by 10s are all full. We just have some 10 by 20s. I'm not 100% sure. We could look at the occupancy report. But as you can see, it's been September is 3,800. So September is 912. And it's very important when you think about dates in a month, right? Because like in the first week, like 80% pay and 20% don't pay, right? And so as you can see, I would say probably maybe 20% hasn't paid. And we're working on trying to get that paid. And then we're also trying to get leased up from all the people that left because we raised the rates from like $60 to $100. You know what I'm saying? So like, it's kind of a twofold. So you're always, it's like a dance. It's really like a dance when you're thinking about revenue. So we're at 37,000 right now. And I'm guessing we'll probably be, let's say 5,000 for each month. So we'll add another $15,000 here. So we'll be at like, what is that? 47, 50 to 55,000 by the end of the year is where we'll be for this facility.